Fish on. Hey, welcome back to this week's segment of Midwest Outdoors. When it comes to bass fishing, I don't care if it's smallmouth, largemouth, nothing beats a good topwater bite. Today we're on Mille Lacs Lake chasing smallmouth, throwing topwater. There's some bug hatches going on. These fish are starting to be post-spawn. The bite's just starting, but guess what? If the bite's starting, I'm throwing topwater. All right, not a bad fish to start. You know, that's the thing is when you're throwing topwater, they're not all created equal. You know, there's walking baits, there's poppers, there's props, and they all work great for bass. But having the right presentation for the right species and the right location is always key. Let me get this thing back in the water here. You know, what I'm doing today is I'm throwing poppers. These fish are post-spawn, they're kind of hanging on the edge, they're starting to feed, but like this morning, I had customers out, there was cloud cover, a lot of bug activity in here, and it was dead flat calm, and we were using brighter baits. As soon as that sun got high in the sky, it went to a darker color. This is an X-Wrap pop. It's a black moss shiner. It's got a darker back. As you can see, the lip itself is a dark color rather than those bright colors. Now, if it clouds up or as soon as the sun gets low in the sky, I'm gonna switch to a brighter color. And same goes for if you're fishing in deeper water as well. You know, I'm kind of fishing shallow right now. I'm in 3 to 5 feet. The water's extremely clear. They can see this bait. If I get out into that deeper water, I'm gonna throw brighter baits. Oh, that one came clear out of water. You know, a lot of times these smallies just slurp it in, but nothing better is when they breach on it. Now, and you know, it's easy to just set the hook right away. You've gotta let them take it under. You know, and that's a hard thing to do when you're fishing. If they come up and drill it or breach on it, you wanna set the hook right away. You've gotta give it a little bit of time. Oh, it just got it T-boned in its mouth. Look at that bait, it's getting tight. Just got it completely T-boned. Oh, that's a big smallmouth. Whew, that is a beauty. Now that is a big fat Mille Lacs smallmouth and just inhaled that bait. Oh, that's what you want to see on a good topwater bite. And like I was saying, you know, not setting the hook right when they come up and breach or even when they slurp on it. You want them to take that plug down for a second and then set up. When I've set up my rods, I almost always use monofilament when I'm using topwater for a couple reasons. It floats. But number 2, there's a little bit of stretch, so there's a little bit of leeway there. And then a rod, this is a 6/8 medium power extra fast tip. What I like about that is when I'm using mono, because there is stretch, I love that extra fast tip, so it's good hook setting power. I'm waiting for that fish to take that bait down, but then using that mono with that extra fast tip, I know I can get good hooks into them. Those bass throw those hooks so easy, so it's nice to know that you've got that good hook setting power. This is a Bass X rod. It's a really affordable rod in the St. Croix lineup and one of my favorites, super light blank. I love throwing a lot of different baits on it, but especially topwater. There we go. Just like that. You know, when I'm fishing topwater like this, I love to do long casts and long pauses. You know, those fish almost always hit it on the pause. So whether you're running a popper bait or a prop or even a skitter walk, you know, working those baits back and just adding those pauses in there. And look at, if you can see underneath the water, big boulder. I guarantee that fish was sitting right by that big boulder. They love sitting behind rocks and ambushing. So when you get into situations where you've got a big boulder or a ledge or something, that's when you're going to want to add your pauses. The deeper it is, the longer the pause. There we go, just like that. I tell you what, it never gets old. It is an absolute riot. Oh, and especially when you're in this tighter water like this, those smallmouth, they go sideways. They have nowhere to run but sideways, so. Man, what a blast. Oh, look at that one coming. Got him. That one, you could see him creeping up behind there. And that's a classic example of just working it and then pausing and just letting that bait sit. A lot of times when they come up and look, I'll try to pull it away, play a little cat and mouse, and then let them slurp it in. It's a good fish too. Oh, that is just awesome. Anytime you can get that sight bite, that's amazing. Beauty. Woohoo! Oh, there's a pig. Oh, that's a post-spawn female. This time of year is magical. And typically when the topwater bite really gets hot, I mean, it goes, you can have a great topwater bite in the spring, you can have one in the fall. But for me, it always seems like that post-spawn bite, when the bugs start hatching, you start seeing dragonflies, boom, that's when it's on. Man, what a gorgeous fish. Oh, get this girl back in. Tell you what, if you want to have a lot of fun catching fish, try a topwater bait. Rapala makes a wide variety of topwater lures that just simply catch fish, from poppers to skitterwalks, the storm arashi, cover pop. I mean, the list is endless. Rapala makes it, you're gonna catch fish on it. Hey, I'm Tony Roach. Stay tuned for more Midwest Outdoors. There we go, Justin, fish on. Now that did not take long. Hey, welcome back to this week's Midwest Outdoors. We're doing a little trolling on Mille Lacs Lake. You know, Mille Lacs is one of those lakes that you can do a lot of things to put a lot of fish in the boat quickly. Literally just got to this spot, got set in. I said, man, we're seeing a lot of fish, and boom, fish on. Ooh, a beauty. That's a great one to start on, man. Oh, nice looking fish. That's a great way to start the day, I'll tell you that.
I'll take ones like that all day, Tone.
Let's get some more. Another one on blue chrome, and that's the key thing to, you know, patterning any style of fishing is just figuring out what they're going on, obviously, but, you know, trolling in particular, the fun part to me is figuring out what speed, what direction, kind of what area of the lake they're on, and then, of course, just mixing and matching colors. It's number 2 on blue chrome, so I know I'm putting another blue chrome on. Oh, man. Right there, Justin. Oh, there you go. Now there's a Mille Lacs giant right there.
That's a good fish,
That
Tony.
is a beauty. Oh, good fish. That's got to be an 8-pounder right there. Nice work.
You can go to a lot of places and catch fish, but can you catch fish like this? This is why people come to Mille Lacs.
When it comes to lead core trolling, I like to use a longer series rod. You know, this is an 8.6 Icon from St. Croix. Something that's gonna load up really nice. You know, when you're trolling at 2 miles an hour, when those fish hit that bait, you want something that's gonna really load up rather than something that's a little stiffer. You know, and as far as a reel, I've just got a basic line counting reel, something that's gonna hold line capacity. I like to be able to fit 6, 7, even 10 colors of lead, depending on where I'm at, but I like to have that option of running out as much lead core as I can possibly use, you know. Lead core is really speed sensitive, so today, you know, we're trolling about 2 miles an hour. At 2 miles an hour, we're getting about 6.5 feet of diving depth per color. But if I increase my speed, let's say to 2.5 or even 3 miles an hour, I'm getting about half that as far as diving depth. So it's really important to have that line capacity with the reel. And then of course, just the lead core itself. I'm using Suffix lead core. I've got 18-pound lead core. That's the lead core I like to use, is that 18-pound. And then just using a mono leader. Mille Lacs is pretty clear, so I've got about a 20 to 30-foot mono leader. A couple reasons that I like to use the mono. One is there's a little bit of stretch in that line, so again, it helps with that loading up factor. And number 2, the mono just gets it away from the lead core a little bit. You know, like I said, it becomes kind of a line sensitive thing, or line shyness sometimes with the fish, especially on these high sun days, to go with that 10-pound mono. It's another good one. I mean, talk about a great pot of fish. And we weren't lying when we were saying Mille Lacs is just one of those destinations you catch lots of big fish. That's why I love fishing out here. It's one of my favorite spots to go. I mean, there's lots of places you can go and catch walleyes, not a lot of places you can go catch walleyes like this. Man, that sucker is digging. Finally getting to the leader here. There he comes. There we go. Boom, another one on blue chrome.
Nice fish, Tone.
They're just fatties too. I mean, look at that, just healthy looking fish. I don't think we've caught a fish under 4 pounds today. I mean, that's saying something. And we really haven't been out that long. We haven't worked real big area. We've just been kind of trolling around right in this area. There's a big pot of fish out in the basin. Whew. Now she's tugging.
Now it's a big fish.
Fish on, fish on.
You know, we're trolling today, Tony, but Mille Lacs Lake, tomorrow we could be rigging, could be pulling spinners.
Absolutely.
You can catch fish any way you want.
There's another nice one. Good job, Justin. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you could fish any way you want to out here. There's really no wrong way to fish, and that's what makes this lake so much fun. Another beauty.
Look at that one, Tone.
Hey, so I'll take that any day. We might have to put another blue chrome down. What do you say, buddy?
I think so.
All good trollers know that lake currents play a big factor in speed. You know, the wind really died here this afternoon, and you know, you'll notice that we're going almost 0.3 miles an hour faster going this direction than we were that direction. We had a big blow for the last few days. Great Lakes captains deal with it all the time, but it happens on inland lakes too, so you really got to watch your speed. So consciously I make an effort as soon as we swing around and make one of our turns that I've got to slow down my trolling motor, because I'm using my trolling motor as a drift sock to slow us down. Justin, feels like a pretty good one. It's hard to tell with the board on there, but feels pretty nice. Digging, man, staying down there. Go, Justin, it's coming up here. I can see the leader. Oh, he's barely hooked. Purple, baby. Oh, that was on the purple shad dancer. I like it. Oh, we've been having such good success with chrome and blue chrome. I figured that new purple shad dancer, that'd be the ticket. Man, Justin, I tell you what, this has been a really fun day fishing with you. You know, it's nice when you're trolling and you've got a boat partner that's catching them. You know, my biggest thing is just patterning those fish, and man, we did that for sure. We caught quite a few. What a fun day. For Justin Baldwin from Hunters Point, I'm Tony Roach. Stay tuned for more Midwest Outdoors. Hey, I'm Tony Roach, joined with my good friend Justin Baldwin from Hunters Point Resort on Lake Mille Lacs. We're out here on Mille Lacs. We're gonna chase some bronzebacks around. You know, Mille Lacs is quickly becoming a world-class smallmouth destination. We've known that for years. Now people are coming from all over the country to experience this great smallmouth fishery. What do you say we go get a few?
Let's do it.
Well, that didn't take long, Justin. First spot, just pulled in. You know, we're on a shallow water rock reef, and these fish move from shallow to deep pretty quickly all summer long. When they're up chasing forage, obviously they're up on top and they'll slide right off into deeper water. We literally got out here. This is my third cast and we already got a fish on. You know, Hunters Point is one of those premier destinations on Mille Lacs and the go-to destination for most anglers because it's got modern cabins, it's got a great boat launch, a nice harbor, excellent restaurant with great food. You know, Justin, what can you tell the folks about Hunters Point?
Yeah, Tone, we've got 8 cabins. We've got 2 motel rooms. Whatever you're looking for to make a great family vacation, fishing vacation, we've got you covered.
There we go. Right next to the boat, Justin. Oh, that's a decent fish. In addition to Hunters Point being a great destination for anglers, it's a great spot for families. They got a really nice beach there, a great bar restaurant, and lots to do around the area. Halfway decent fish. Oh, I like the color on this fish, Justin. Take it from me, I've had my family at Hunters Point for many, many years, and the kids absolutely enjoy it. You know, you can't beat the people and just the location it's in the bay with the sandy beach there. It's a fun little spot for families. Always see people with campfires going. Just a fun place, not to mention great big bronzebacks. That is a nice one, Justin. Oh, baby. We better get the net out for that one. That's why you fish Mille Lacs Lake right there, buddy. That is a beauty. Now that is the reason you come to Mille Lacs Lake. That fish goes 5.5 pounds. Nice.
Fish on, Tone.
Way to go, Justin. Oh, it's another tanker. Oh, nice. Man, we are just cracking them here. First spot we came to, we haven't moved yet. Oh, that's another nice one. Nice work, buddy. I love it when they crack those baits.
They just smack them.
Unbelievable. Another one, Justin. That same spot. We're just fishing the edge of a rock reef right now, and that's the thing, is there's so much structure on Mille Lacs. Lots and lots of reefs you can fish. You know, one thing about Mille Lacs is it's super clear, so you want to keep your boat out in deeper water, pitch up to that shallow water. Long casts are always key. And then just work the entire structure. We're working back and forth here. We have literally been fishing for 20 minutes and we've almost filmed this entire Midwest Outdoors. And it's because we're taking long casts, we're staying away from our fish, but man, they are stacked in there. God, I love when they're in shallow water. They get so pretty with those bands on their cheeks. And another nice fish. Nice, Justin, another one. Right on the same rock top. You know, the Hunter's Point's got a launch. You can enjoy that in the evening. It's kind of fun to go out, grill out, and catch lots of walleyes. Also, there's just a ton of walleyes on the lake. Lots of different structure you can fish. So in addition to these guys that are roaming around the lake, Mille Lacs is a well-known walleye destination as well. And that appeals to a lot of folks that want to catch multi-species. Oh, pretty fish. Nice looking fish. Nice.
Man, Tone, that never gets old.
I love catching bronzeback. I would agree with you 100%, man.
That thing just landed and smacked it as soon as it hit the water.
Oh boy. That would get me in the mood for top water, buddy. Oh, that's a nice one too, Justin. Nice fish. Beauty. Right in that same spot. I just had one chase me up and this one just pummeled it. Second cast, double. Oh man, I'm marking that spot. Holy cow. Wow. Nice looking fish too. Oh, look at that. We got a double going. There's fish all over that rock, huh, Justin?
That's unbelievable. This is fantastic.
Look at that. Yeah, I tell you what, Justin, we haven't been out here very long filming and we're just crushing them. They're all over the tops of the reefs. And that's pretty common on Mille Lacs Lake to have lots of quality fish all over the lake. This lake offers tons of habitat no matter where you fish in the lake. You know, I want to say special thanks to Hunter's Point. I've had a great day of fishing with you. Hunter's is such a great destination, not just for fishing, but for families. It's a fun resort. They welcome you with open arms. Come on up and catch a bunch of bronzebacks like these. What do you say we get back to fishing?
Sounds good.
Hey, I'm Tony Roach for Justin Baldwin. Stay tuned for more Midwest Outdoors.
Here you go, Tony.
That one cracked it, man. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, Roger, I tell you what, there is only a few bites that I like more than a jerkbait, but it is right up there.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite springtime bait, I'll tell you that.
Cold water tactic, right? Throwing jerk baits for smallmouth. Tony and I are on Minnesota's Lake Mille Lacs. It's a trophy smallmouth bass destination. In today's segment, we're chasing some of these fish like Tony just caught right there. Just getting started here, early morning sun. We're gonna tell you how to catch smallmouth bass on jerk baits and maybe a couple other tactics here on Minnesota's Lake Mille Lacs. Let's go, Tony, huh?
Get this girl back in the water.
We're fishing, what, 51 degrees, right, Tony?
Yeah, the water's just warming up here. It's the morning.
Fish are certainly in their spring sluggish mode, but the way to get them. Smallie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's just got it crossways in his mouth. Just an average size one.
T-boned it.
Yeah, I T-boned it. That's a good sign. They're starting to feed a little bit.
Well, it's typical in the spring, you know, Roger, it'll be warm up. We'll have a nice big warm up for a few days and then a big cool down. And we're just in one of those big cool downs. Now the weather's starting to turn a little bit. Today's the first day that it's not raining, and so we're just watching the surface temperature start to rise. It's already up half a degree since we got out here a few minutes ago, and starting to crack a few.
That's the result right there. Probably about a 17-incher or so. Nice fish, and he ate all of Ghost Husky Jerk right there. Great bait. We're throwing primarily jerk baits here to start out. Just kind of experimenting with some different colors here. We got the varying cloud cover, and every so often the sun will peek out. They're not going hot and heavy yet, like Tony said, but hopefully we're going to see the bite continue to improve as the morning goes on. Another one.
Uh-oh, olive. I might be switching over.
Yeah, interesting. Kind of cycle through a couple different colors here, and get some on those bright patterns, but Tony suggested Olive Ghosts as one of his favorites out here, and there's just a little guy here, but just a couple casts after that other one. He's got that where he's supposed to, back 2 hooks. Just a little fella from Mille Lacs. Mille Lacs has got a lot of fish that are 20 inches plus, and hopefully we'll show you a few of those yet today.
We're working the outside edges of these reefs. A lot of times in the spring like this, as soon as it warms up, those fish will push right up into the shallows or those shallow water reefs. But right now with the cooler temps, we're just kind of working the outsides, pitching up, and then just working these baits back to the boat. And it's amazing, the water's pretty clear out here. So these fish will come out of deep water and come up to hit your bait. Even though we're using shallower running baits, these fish will come up 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 feet sometimes to hit that bait. They see that from above, and that's generally why I start with bright colors and then switch to more naturals and kind of go through the color gamut. But I almost always start with brighter colors, especially when I'm fishing over this deeper water. Oh, there's one chasing. Come on.
Ooh.
There, he hit it.
Nice. That's cool. That was cool.
That's what I love about fishing bright baits, man, is you can see them coming. This one hit it right by the boat. I paused and twitch, pause, and that's where he hit it.
Yeah, he was following you there, and he's like, I got one following. And
right next to the boat.
Wham. This is an average size one.
Oh,
that's on
nice little fat one. Yeah, the other thing, Roger, what I love about fishing jerkbaits too is Mille Lacs has tons of structure. What's nice about the jerkbaits and about power fishing with X-Wraps and jerkbaits is you can just simply do that. It's power fish. I can fish really fast. That way when you find fish, you can downsize if you want. You can slow down your presentations, but by using jerkbaits, you can power fish and cover structure and cover a lot of ground and a lot of water. All right, let's get this girl back in.
Nice job, Tony. The community of Lake Mille Lacs is a fishing community of hotels and motels, restaurants, bait shops, guide services, boat rentals, marina services. Everything you need to explore the great fishing on Lake Mille Lacs is here for you. And the best place to start planning your trip is at MilleLacs.com.
It's nice when you're working a jerkbait not to have a 7-foot, 7+ rod. It's nice to be in that 6-foot range. And 6'6" to 6'8" is pretty comfortable for me to work this bait. And I'm using a spinning reel. Roger's using a casting rod. I go back and forth. I do like the spinning. I can really snap that rod. I can snap it sideways, go straight down. It seems to get a lot of action out of the bait. But look at that, this one inhaled it.
Yeah.
A lot of them have been tagging it and T-boning it. It's nice to see them drill that a little bit more and inhale that bait. That means they're getting a little more aggressive. You're unhooked and get this girl back in the water. That fish came up 3 different times. That last time he poked at it and I just let it sit there and bam.
Whacked it.
Roger's whacking them while on the pause. I figured I better pause a little bit more.
Fun.
Oh, I love it. One of my favorite things to do in the spring is cracking smallmouth on X-Wraps. It just doesn't get any better.
It's like a 20-inch fish, Tony. What a toad.
Yeah, this lake is full of them. We've obviously hit it on a cold front day, but these fish are coming and going, and these big girls are just now coming into the shallow waters to spawn.
Yeah, we've caught a ton of fish today, and big ones like this are going to be biting all summer here on Mille Lacs. Let's let that big fish go.
You bet.
Man, look at the belly on that thing.
I love those big bronze backs.
Way to end it, huh?
Oh, what a blast. What a great day of fishing.
Unbelievable. Lake Mille Lacs is a great multi-species fishery. Smallmouth and big walleyes like we've shown you today, but also northern pike and muskies as well. If you'd like to experience Lake Mille Lacs, the bounty of this beautiful fishery, go to MilleLacs.com to plan your trip. I'm Roger Cormier with Tony Roach. We'll be right back with more Midwest Outdoors.